everybody. Okay, so I'm back with another K-drama to see. Have you already seen it? And if not, is it something that you would check out? So before we get into this video, you already know the drill. Like this video, follow me for more, and share this with someone you know that would be into K-dramas and would potentially check it out. Okay, so let's get into it. The name of today's K-drama is called Melting Me Softly. This K-drama is about our main male lead. His name is Ma. He's actually a producer at TBO Broadcasting, and he has a lot of really successful shows out there. And it also seems that he's really famous for the fact that every show that he's ever worked on has always turned out to be a hit. After finishing another hit show, he kind of is like searching for his next big thing when he comes back with something about cryosleep. And so he's deciding that he needs a man and a woman that for 24 hours are okay to be frozen in a cryo chamber. Much to his surprise, he's really shocked to discover that no one wants to be frozen for 24 hours. And so he finds that he's volunteering himself as the man for this. Now, all he has to do is find a woman for that female position. We're going to introduce our main female character. Her name is Gomiran, and she's actually like a 24-year-old student, and she finds herself working part-time jobs for Madongcha just to kind of make money for her family. Gomiran, her family is struggling, and she also has a younger brother who has who's mentally challenged. Initially, she kind of rejects the idea of being frozen for 24 hours, but Madongcha kind of convinces her that, you know, in the future, this will help so much in the future to help with like mental illness. And he's kind of selling it that, like, you know, if they can be frozen for 24 hours now, he's suggesting that they can freeze people who have like mental illnesses, because as of right now, we don't have a cure for them, but in the future we will, and they will be able to, you know, unfreeze them and cure them of, you know, said illnesses. I would like to mention it's not just mental illnesses, but it's also physical illnesses as well that they're not able to get proper treatment for. After Gomiran and Madongcha, you know, volunteer, they're seen with this scientist, and the scientist is assistant, and we kind of see them showing multiple people to like different pods. Now, as they're in the process of trying to set up this cryo freeze, you know, experiment, the scientist is leaving off to his car, and we see that his car has actually blown up, and the assistant doesn't know what to do, and so he's in the process of halting this experiment. Now, after everything has happened and this scientist is, you know, blown up and the assistant starts shutting down the project, the broadcast crew is actually sent away. Everyone in the research lab is really sent away, with the exception of these 6 volunteers that are still in the pods. As a result, no one knows what ended up happening to the cryo volunteers, and the whole lab seems to have disappeared overnight, which is very odd. As time moves on the outside world, a lot of people are finding themselves extremely curious as to what happened to the cryo volunteers. And that's where we're really seeing like Madongcha's fiance, and she originally never wanted him to participate in this experiment. And now the fact that no one knows what happened to the cryo volunteers, our girl is frantic. As the years go by, you know, she kind of finds herself, you know, still digging into it, trying to figure out what happened. And some way, somehow, they're able to deter her with like a promotion. And so she's kind of always thinking like in the back of her head, like what happened, but she seems to be moving on from it, as does everyone else. Now, that's kind of like when we discover that that lead scientist that we saw get blown up is still alive, and he's just in a coma. It also turns out that the lab didn't just disappear, but they just moved it somewhere else. 20 years after this experiment was taking place, the explosion, you know, all of that, we find that that scientist is essentially coming out of a coma, and he's in the process of trying to thaw out 2 of the people before he passes out again. And when he wakes up again, it looks like he's actually lost his memory, and that's kind of crucial to figuring out how to change the temperature of Madongcha and Gomiran, who are currently stuck at 31.5 degrees. To make matters worse, it seems that Professor Hung, the scientist, is the only one that can kind of come up with an antidote to help fix them so that they do not reach 32 degrees, but they all have to wait for him to regain his memory. So this is really just like one of those K-dramas that you have to see just to kind of figure out like what happened in the process of them getting freeze. Who was it that tried to unalive the scientist? What ended up happening to the assistant that was working with the scientist? Does Madongcha and Gomiran ever get unfrozen? Do they fall in love with each other? Is Madongcha ever able to win his fiance back? Does he ever get all the things that he worked for back in the company again? This is really just like one of those K-dramas. If you've already seen it, definitely let me know in the comments how you felt about it. And if you haven't seen it, definitely let me know if this is something that you would check out. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Okay, thanks, bye.